Hello, my name's Dr. Matt Cap from Capitalise Education. Today we're going to have a chat about executive functioning in autism. As the saying goes, once you've met one person on the autism spectrum, you've met one person on the autism spectrum. This is because the characteristics of people on the spectrum differ so vastly. However, one of the common difficulties is around executive functioning. Executive functioning consists of three main cognitive skills: working memory, cognitive flexibility, and emotional regulation. Working memory is that idea that I can remember a task, begin a task, maintain a task, and complete a task. For me, as an individual on the autism spectrum, I find working memory a relative strength. When I'm listening to a task or a challenge, I close my eyes and imagine the parts of the challenge or task as individual cars. I then visually imagine the cars moving around until they fit into a line with a way of completing the task or challenge. I then start the task, and one of the great strengths of mine is that I can block everything out and focus on the task till it's completed. Often I can get a task completed very efficiently, quickly, and well by blocking everything else out. However, the problem is sometimes I forget to do other things, like having lunch. When I was an undergrad student studying a Bachelor of Education, I had challenges with working memory, so I came up with a strategy to overcome this challenge, because it's really important that individuals on the autism spectrum have strategies to support their difficulties. When a professor gave out an assignment or essay or task, I would spend the first week cramming in the library, researching, writing, and working on the task. Once I'd finished the first draft of the task, I would put it away in my cupboard. I would then go to classes and learn more about the topic. A week before the assignment or task or research project was due, I would pull out the assignment, I would read through the draft multiple times, further adding to the assignment and making it better based on what I'd learned at the lectures. I would then submit the assignment on time. This helped overcome my challenges associated with working memory. The second area of executive functioning is cognitive flexibility. The idea that people understand that others have feelings and emotions and can understand them. This can be a challenge for people on the spectrum. It's often referred to as theory of mind. I still struggle with cognitive flexibility, understanding what other people think and feel. Sometimes I need to explicitly ask someone what they're actually thinking and get them to explicitly express what they want from me. The third area of executive functioning relates to emotional regulation, the ability to regulate your emotions, behaviors, and thoughts. For students on the autism spectrum in classrooms who have difficulties with executive functioning, this can be a challenge for teachers. For other students, those difficulties with executive functioning can have a functional impact. They negatively impact on access to the curriculum, classroom, playground, or other areas of the school. If a student has a functional impact associated with their difficulties with this executive functioning, they need to be supported. This is where the Universal Design for Learning framework is useful for teachers during their planning, teaching, and assessment cycle. UDL Guideline 6 explicitly relates to executive functioning. Remember that there are 3 layers to the UDL framework. The first lot of checkpoints relate to access, helping students access learning. The second level of UDL checkpoints relate to building on the student's access to that learning. The third layer, or the deepest layer, relates to internalizing the student's skills and strategies they've developed. Guideline 6 helps students internalize their skills and strategies around executive functioning. This is because any support a teacher puts in place for a student on the autism spectrum needs to be looked at through the framework of, is this developing independence in my student? It's really important for students on the autism spectrum and adults on the autism spectrum to develop strategies for independence.